Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Alec. I'm a health and exercise scientist. If you want to hear how to gain weight, I'll talk about that. Number one thing I always tell people is the first step you got to do is you got to know what your BMR is. That's your basal metabolic rate. There's calculators, you can Google it. I'll try to include a link in the description. Once you know your basal metabolic rate, what that tells you is how much energy you are burning to just exist. Because whether you know it or not, your body is using energy every single second of the day. And when you know what the basal metabolic rate is, if you were to eat more than that, and you do that over a consistent period of time, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna gain weight. But if you eat less than that, if that's what your basal metabolic rate is, you're gonna lose weight over time. So with the first step, you gotta know what the basal metabolic rate is for you specifically, and then you just add 300 calories. Super easy, barely an inconvenience, because a lot of times people are like, I can't eat all these calories out of nowhere. And it's like, I bet you can't. Your stomach, it's used to expanding to a certain amount. And then you find out you have to eat 2,000 calories more than you're already eating during a day. It's like, my gut can't handle it. I wouldn't like it. That's why I don't do it that way. I like to keep it easy. The simpler you can keep things, especially when it comes to your fitness, the better. In fact, when I was doing 60-hour weeks at Amazon, 12-hour shifts, this was happening for like 4 or 5 months, I had to super simplify what I was doing with my fitness, eating, and I actually got the best gains in my entire life during that period of time. So you do 300 calories extra every single day. And when you're exercising, what do you do for that? You are not spending hours in the gym. You don't need to. You know why? That BMR. You want to eat more than you're naturally burning off. So if you naturally are burning the 2,800 calories and you're trying to add 300, like you eat 300 calories more than you're burning off, that means you need to eat 3,100 calories. But if you're in the gym for 2 hours and you just burned 700 calories, and now you're less. This 700 gets added to the BMR. And it's like, wait, what? Slow down. Can you explain that a little more deeply? Yeah. So your BMR, that's how many calories you're burning naturally throughout the day. You're gonna be eating 300 calories more, that's 3,100. But if you're in the gym and you just burned 700 calories, what you really did was you just burned 3,500 calories during the day. But you only ate 3,100 calories. And it's like, oh, wait a second. So now you're back in a scenario where you just burned off more than you consumed. And that's what happens a lot. You got the guys eating a lot, and then they're in the gym for a long period of time, and then they're not seeing any growth. And it's like you just counteracted what you ate. Like, go to the gym, only be in there for a half hour. Trust me, if you're trying to build muscle, that burns a lot of calories. So if you're trying to gain weight and try to put on muscle, eat more, be in the gym for just a half hour, focus on like a single muscle group, and don't overdo it. Like the point is to not use a lot of energy. That way your body stores more energy. That way you're able to put on some more weight. And if you focus on just a single muscle group here and there, the body's gonna put all that energy and direct it right to the muscle group that you just exercised. So it will grow that. But if it's all this strain on different muscle groups and things like that, then the body's like, I gotta spread this out over all the different areas. Like think of a business where it's like, all right guys, we made $500 profit. And it's like, yay, the employees are excited. They're like, what are you gonna do? It's like, we're gonna give that 500 back to all the employees. And it's like, all right, well, there's 500 of us, so we all get $1. Or if it's just one guy and he's doing his own like business thing online, they just keep 500 for themselves. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep the 500 for the muscle. You want to reinvest it in your body. But that means you can't be spending hours in the gym because it'll actually increase your basal metabolic rate. So if you want to gain weight, you want to eat more than what you're burning off, because when you eat more than what you're burning off, you're going to grow more. And you figure that out by finding your basal metabolic rate. The magic number is 300. 300 is adding a whole bunch of sauces to whatever you eat. 300 is adding cheese to a hamburger. 300 is adding a protein shake to your breakfast. Very simple. And then as your body adapts and it grows, then you can do more different tiny steps to your lifestyle. Because that's what it is. It's lifestyle. You want to make it a habitual change. It's got to be something systemic. It's got to be something that you can continue to do consistent, because the consistency is key. But is the goal really just to weigh a certain amount? Or do you want to look good, feel good, be dominating the day? If that's what you want, then what you really need is this, the 300. Find ways to add it. And the way that you start is by doing the basal metabolic rate. So, see, the numbers weren't that bad. Pretty easy, barely an inconvenience. So thank you guys so much for watching. A thing that would really help support this show and everything I'm doing is if you just I want you to obliterate that subscribe button that comes up. Just click on it, follow, and as a side note, I want this community to be really conversational. I want there to be communication. So if this was way too confusing, or if you want more details, comment it below. If you have ideas for stuff, comment it below. I'll read all those comments. I will reply to every single one of them. And who knows, your idea might just be the next video. So thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.